2 points away from where you need to be. 2.
Really?
Yes. I need that study guide from you too.
I was working on that last night.
Like, you have a week and a half left. Do you understand that? A week and a half.
I'm gonna do that. It's my goal. Right now, like, I'm putting all the other classes aside and like worrying about class.
Well, don't let your other classes slack though.
No, but I have like good grades in there.
Okay, alright. Huh? I honestly think it's just because it's first period and you just get your butt here on time.
My first period always be bad.
If you knew that, why didn't you tell them to switch to something besides math for
I
you?
like doing math.
You can. Hey, I'm gonna switch you on. I just need him to sit right there. Alright guys, you need a graphing calculator and your bell ringers. Four is the perfect square, not 2. 4 times what is 20? 5. There you go. Alright, you got to make 3 even. So how do I make x to the 3 even? X squared and x. What about y to the 5th? Y to the 4 and y. But z to the 6 is already even, so he gets to come out as what? Z to the 3rd. There you go. Alright, so let's start taking some stuff out. Let's see. Take out 4. What's it? You okay, Jack? What's the 4 come out as? 2. Can't take the 5. What's the x squared come out as? X. What's the y to the 4 come out as? Y squared. And then don't forget the z cubed. And then we got what? 5xy?
It still makes no sense. I still gotta take a test on that.
Yours is on factoring.
Is this factoring?
No, this is factoring. We did it for 2 months. These 2 are factoring. Alright, what about 2? How many terms does it have? Number 2?
How many terms? 4.
It has 4 terms. So we're going to do grouping. It has 4.
Alright, so you have to get the minus.
Minus has got to go with it. Alright, what about the first 2? What do they have in common?
They have x.
More than x. They have 2x. So that leaves me with 5x minus 7y. Alright, what about the last 2? What do they have in common? Negative, how much? 3, very good. That leaves me with 5x minus 7y. Look at there, they're the same. Yes, ma'am.
I got everything right, but I switched the 2 and 5 and then maybe 3 and 5.
You switched this 2 and 5?
Yes, ma'am. Like I had it done.
And you switched...
Like I had 5x out of the parentheses and 2x minus 7.
That won't work because the the 14 doesn't have a 5 in common.
How do you know which one goes out 5?
What goes into 10 and 14? That's the 2. And then 10 divided by 2 is 5. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Alright, so that leaves me with 5x minus 7y and 2x minus 3. Alright, what about number 3? How many terms number 3 have?
Factors 12.
How many terms does it have? It has 3 terms. So then you do factors of 12.
1 and 12, 3 and 1, 6.
Yep. Alright, which one gives me negative 7 and how? How? Negative 4 and negative 3, you said?
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. Alright, geometry last year. You ready? Here we go.
Wait, I was still in what? No,
Come see me tomorrow for 0 period. Alright, number 4. Geometry last year. The inside of a triangle adds to be how much?
180.
180, right? What do the outside angles all add to be?
Can you RGA like subtract these two?
How much, Jack? 360. They all add to be. So what's it say? It says it wants the sum of XYZ. XYZ are the outside angles, so they all add to be 360.
But
I mean, you could do it the long way, but what you got, Jonathan? One second.
On the bottom two, wouldn't the outside angle be all the way around back to the other side?
Say that again. The bottom two.
Yeah, the X and the Z. Instead of stopping at that line, if it's an outside angle, it would go all the way
No,
around.
all it wants to do is to stop right here. Usually, that's why it pulls this extra piece out, because it's just this angle that's outside. What, Jacob?
to get like to see how they didn't have a number on that bottom right finger.
Where the Z is?
Yeah, like for the inside.
Oh, the inside.
So if like
You would do 180 minus 72 minus 57.
That's what I was
But you don't have to do that as long as you remember that the outside angles are 360, the inside angles are 180. Okay. All right, guys. So we have a quiz on Friday, so we've got to get a lot of stuff done today and tomorrow. We got a quiz on Friday. So let's see. We finished page 2. All right, let's go to page 3 in your notes. Huh?
I mean, I did the problem 8.
Problem 8.
But I needed a graphic.
Problem 8 on the workbook? Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yes,
Put
ma'am.
in those factoring quiz tests.
The bell ringer test?
Yeah, that we took.
Yeah.
Put that in.
Yeah. The only thing I haven't put in is the homework from yesterday.
Okay.
But I will put it in probably this afternoon. All right, you got your graphing calculators? All right, so I know you can't see the directions because they're back on page 2, but it said using the graphing calculator. So it wants you to do the same thing that we did yesterday, but now I'm going to teach you how to use your calculator to get the same answers, okay? All right, so you got your calculators ready to go?
Wait, this is what we did yesterday?
Very similar to what, it's the same thing we did yesterday, but we're doing it a different way.
Oh.
Okay. All right, grab your graphing calculators. Here we go. All right, so first thing we do to graph something is we have to tell it to graph it. So where do we go?
graph.
No, you have to go to y equals. If there's anything there, clear it out. You can't graph it until you tell it what to graph. All right, now let's plug it in. You ready? This is negative. So hit the negative way down there by the decimal. So negative x squared, subtract 3x plus 4. All right, then we're going to hit graph. You didn't hit the x squared.
Wait, mine's just second straight.
I did the wrong thing.
Everyone got it messed up.
I'm used to using more of those
All right, anybody having issues?
I did.
Yeah. Okay.
No, that isn't it.
Just the graph now, not the second.
Anybody else?
So it's a maximum. So it's a maximum. Since it's
Yes.
upside down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, yours is messed up. Anybody else? Alright, so I'm looking for my vertex. So which piece of this graph is the, like, how do I know which piece is the vertex?
Where that little line is at the dot at the top.
The dot at the top, right? Way up here? The top?
On mine it's like
Okay, so your calculator will give you that point. You ready? You're about to learn something new. Here we go. Ready? Do you see where it says in blue, it says calculate? Just find it. Don't push anything. Just find it. Quit pushing buttons. Quit touching buttons and watch.
How do you get the dot over there?
I hit the wrong button this time. Do not hit any buttons until I tell you to do so. Just hit the graph button again. Alright, so I need to hit that blue button. So I'm going to hit the second button. Then I'm going to hit that trace button. Just pop up like mine?
Second.
Uh-huh. Alright, so what was that? Was it a minimum or a maximum? Was it at the top of my graph or the bottom? It's at the top. So look, you can either scroll down and hit enter, or you can just hit the number 4. Either one will do it for you. And then don't hit anything.
Wait, what did we scroll down to?
Yeah.
It's a maximum. So you scroll down to 4 and hit enter. Alright, don't hit any buttons. Don't hit any buttons. It'll be a little different. It's okay. It's okay. It's a little different. It's not a big deal. Alright, look at the question it told you. What's the question it's asking you?
Left bound.
Left bound. So look at you see this little cursor flashing? Alright, yours may not be in the same spot, but it's okay. Alright, so you're going to hit the left arrow button until you get somewhere on the left side of the vertex. You see how I'm somewhere on the left side of that curve? It doesn't really matter where. Like, don't be dramatic and go way down here, okay? Because you're going to be there all day. Just make sure you're somewhere on the left side of the curve. Yours does not have to be exactly like mine. Are y'all okay? Yes, ma'am.
I got some big numbers. For my X.
It's okay.
My numbers don't.
Just go somewhere on the left side. It's not a big deal where. All right, now hit enter when you get somewhere on the left side, and it's going to ask you another question. What's it asking you now? So I'm going to do it. Now I'm going to hit the right arrow button. And it doesn't matter where you go, guys. Just go on the right side of that curve. Just make sure your cursor's on the right side. You hit the right arrow button. And you should be somewhere on the right side.
Yeah.
Alright, when you get there, you hit enter. And it's going to ask you one more question. It's asking you,
Yes.
your calculator is saying, hey, do you want me to guess where the middle of those 2 points, do you want me to guess where the middle of the left and the right is? And yes, I do. So I hit enter, and it should pop right there in the middle of your graph. You see it?
Oh,
Alright, so your calculator may be very, very touchy about your decimals, okay? Guys, what is this round to be? What is negative 1.499999999? Negative 1.5, right? So what can I say my vertex is? It is negative 1.5 and what's the other one?
Y equals
6.25.
Oh, hey.
Mine just says X equals negative 1.5.
Wait, I have a question. So,
Hold on. Jack, quit complaining, please. It wants you to give me that value. Guys, it's the exact same thing. So your vertex is your maximum value. So it is just negative 1.5 and 6.25. That's it. Every stinking time we have a parabola, what's my domain? Negative infinity to positive infinity. Every single time, guys. If it's a parabola, if it's x squared, every single time it's negative infinity, positive infinity.
so you think parabola?
Yes. And no matter if it's like this or no matter if it's like that, it's a parabola. Alright, so range is from bottom to top. So the bottom, look back at your graph if you need to. The bottom is going where? Down to where? Negative infinity. And if it's a maximum, it stops at that y value. What's that y value that it stops at? 6.25. There you go. Oh, that's your racket. Y'all okay? Alright, so now we got to find the x. This is something new, so go back to your calculator. Alright. You ready? Alright, we're going to go back to the same button. We're going to go back to that second trace. Hold on, let me let this focus. Okay, so I'm going to hit second trace. Just get there, don't hit any buttons. Get there, don't hit any buttons. Alright, do you see number 2, how it says zeros? Remember, anytime we see that word intercept, what's it mean? 0, okay? So this time you're going to go down to number 2 and hit enter. Don't hit any buttons. It's okay if your cursor doesn't come to the same place as mine. So what are x-intercepts? X-intercepts are where it hits the x-axis, right? Do you see these two places where it hits the x-axis? Okay, so it's asking you a question. It's saying, hey, I need your left bound. So it doesn't matter where you start, but I'm going to go for this x-intercept, okay? So I have to go on the left side of that x-intercept. So guys, what's that graph doing? As it's going down, it's also going to the left, right? So that is just a little bit below that x-intercept right here. Hold on. Yep. Now this thing doesn't want to focus. Hold on. You see how it's just a little bit below it?
We have to go anywhere below that.
Just somewhere below that x-intercept. All right, now hit enter. And it's asking you for the right bound. So I'm just going to go to the right of that intercept. This is aggravating as all get out. Would you focus, please? Thank you. All right, so I'm just going to go to the right. I'm just going to go to the right side, which is right above it, okay? So just go right above that x-intercept. Just that one, not the other one, just that one. And then hit enter again. And it's asking you the same question, right? Hey, do you want me to guess between these 2 points and find it? And I'm like, yeah, I do. So hit enter. And what did it give you?
X, -4, and Y.
There you go. So that's one of them. So I'm going to go my x-intercept. And I'm going to write -4, 0. But I had 2 x-intercepts. So I got to do it again. So go to your calculator. Second trace. I got to let mine focus. Hold on. Go down to 0. Hit enter. But this time you're going to go on the other one, right? Alright. So here we go. We're going to this one right here. So we got to go the left on this one. That's on the left side, right? Right above it. Hold on. Alright, hit enter. Then it wants the right bound, so I got to go a little bit below it on the right side. Try it again, see if you get the same answer. You hit second, calculate again. It'll erase everything. And then hit enter. Let's see, I got 1, 0. Is that what y'all got?
Yep.
Okay. Hit clear. And try it again. Are you in the graph? Hit graph. Now try it again. Second, calculate. 0. Are y'all okay? Alright, we're going to do number 2. Just a second. Actually, let's mark out number 2. Let's do number 3. And you can mark out that modeling stuff at the bottom.
Wait, don't we do the little squares on the x-intercept?
The little squares?
Right.
Parentheses? No, that's only on domain and range. This is an ordered pair, so they just get parentheses like normal. Alright, let's go down to number 3. Here we go. You ready? Where do I go first? Y equals, clear it out.
2x.
Yep, I'm going to write 2x squared.
2x.
Bless you.
Minus
Subtract 6x, subtract 9. There you go.
and then 6x.
Minus 6x minus 9. Alright, hit graph. Alright, make sure you get the same graph as I do. You okay over there, Colin? Okay. Everybody okay? Alright. Yes. Alright, what's it ask me for first? My vertex, right? Okay, so if it's okay if you can't see your vertex, guys. You really don't need to really see it. But where is it at? At the top of it or at the bottom of it? Where is it getting small? At the bottom, right? So,
It's minimum.
It's okay.
It's a minimum.
Your window's just different than ours. You've got your window's a little bigger than ours. Alright, so we got a second calculate. And this time, what's our vertex? It's a minimum, so I can either go down to 3 or I can just hit 3. Either one.
Might be second.
Second, trace. Second, calculate. Either one you want to call it. And then go down to number 3. Alright, so your vertex is way down here, right? It's okay if you can't see it. Just go somewhere on the left side, so somewhere at the bottom of your screen. Hit enter. No, the vertex is way down here. Off my screen. Alright, and then I want the right bound, so give it a minute. You gotta hit it, keep hitting it until it pops back up on your screen. See how mine popped back up? Hit enter again. And it's saying, hey, do you want me to guess where the middle is between them? And I'm like, yeah, I do. So hit enter, and I get 1.5 and negative 13.5. Did y'all get that? Anybody not get that and need help?
On this one, I got 1.4.
Yeah, it rounds up.
And then you got negative 13.5.
Yep. Kyron, what you got?
That's like on the test, like, what is like, it's not exact.
As long as it's just like it. Now look, the number in front, like if you got 3 and I got 1, that's a big deal. But these decimals back here, that's okay. Like if you have 50 cents and I have 51 cents, it's okay. We have pretty much the same amount, right? All right. Sydney, did you have issues, baby? You think so? Did you not get these same numbers? Neither did mine.
Because it wants you to guess. So I got 1.5.
Good, Blake? Okay. Alright, what about, is it a min or max?
Yeah.
It's a minimum, and it wants me to find that value, so, oh my gosh, how do I do that?
1.5.
It's just the same thing I already had. There you go. What's my domain always?
Negative infinity to positive.
Uh-huh.
Would be a negative infinity.
Oh, no. Range is bottom to top. What's the bottom on this one?
Negative infinity and
Mm-mm.
negative 13.5.
Then it goes to positive infinity. Your graph, it's a minimum. It's way down there at the bottom.
So they're switched.
Yep. Alright, I gotta find the x-intercepts. You ready? So we're gonna go second calculate. We're gonna find my zeros. Alright, do you see how I have two x-intercepts right here? Looks like about -1 and -4, or positive 4-ish. So let's go on the left side, which is about right there.
0.
Hit enter, yep. And then I'm going to go on the right side, which is right below it, and hit enter, and it wants you to guess. Alright, so look at this one. I don't want to estimate on this one, I want to do some decimals. So I want to put, what is that, negative 1.1? You want to call that negative 1.1? Okay.
On the bottom.
Huh?
Bottom of it.
Yes. All right.
There.
You go on the left first. Do it again. Second calculate.
How do you consider it left? Like, can you not turn it
Because as it's going up, you can if you want to, but as it's going up, it's going left, right? Hold on. All right, look. You see it, Jack? As that's going up, it's also slowly going which direction?
What?
Left, right, on this side. So on this one, the left will be right above it, and then the right would be right below. Because as it's going down, it's slowly going to the right. This one, as it's going up on this side, it's slowly going to the right. So the left would be right below it.
So we
Right.
just switch it around?
Yep. Yep. All right, let's do it again. Second calculate. Let's find the 0. So this time the left is right below it, because this time as it's going up, it's going right. So hit enter. Plus, you know you did it backwards if it gives you an error.
So the right's above it.
So I got 4.1. It means that you're going to move the decimal 12 times. It's 0.00000000002. So it's still 0. It's just being very, very touchy about the decimals.
2E.
It's still 0. It's still 0.
So
It's just being very, very touchy.
so it'd be X is
4.1
4.0.
and 0. Mm-hmm. Yep.
0.
Are y'all okay? All right. Let's look at what you got. All right. Page 46. All right, so let's do one problem. I know the directions are different, but mark out these directions, and let's do the same thing we've been doing, okay? So I want you to find the vertex, find if it's a min or max, find the domain and range, and then find the x-intercept. Same thing we've been doing. And let's do number 7. You don't have to graph it or anything. Just use your calculator. Page 46. Number 7. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, when's that quiz going to be on?
Friday. It's going to be on everything we did yesterday, today, and we got one more thing to learn tomorrow.
I don't even remember the first thing from yesterday.
Well, that's what studying is for, dear.
So why?
Sir? Zero period would be a great time to come see me, and we can go over some stuff.
Number 7.
Check your work.
I don't know what to do with
Sweet. I think that's easier.